2021 has been a tumultuous year for most people.
I am crazier! No. Run away from me, stupid!
We're still somewhat recovering from a pandemic that is still going on, and even though our situations are similar to 2020, fashion has still evolved. Hi, my name is Freddie Garcia. I work for JagTV at University of South Alabama. You may be wondering, Freddie, what are your fashion credentials? Well, I don't have any, but I do really like fashion and I like analyzing it, and I would describe my fashion taste as 2000s skater wear with 70s revival, and I'm really into 90s silhouettes and graphics. Simply said, I'm into the classics, especially the authentic classics of everyday Americana from the late 90s to the early 2000s. And before you ask, I was born in 1998, but that is besides the point. I'm no expert, but I do love tracking and analyzing fashion trends as they come and go. So without further ado, here are my 2022 trend predictions, aka trends I'd personally like to see more of this year. Big utilitarian bags. The tote bag has had its moment for a while now, especially over the summer. Its most popular iteration being the graphic canvas one you'd see, typically at a Barnes & Noble's or even the farmer's market. This effortless look seems to parallel our attitude towards the pandemic, and how being stuck at home had us kind of acquainted to a certain lifestyle, and I think that reflected in our fashion and preferences at the time. We've even seen a close departure from this trend as the crocheted tote bag or the net tote bag. However, I predict that we'll start seeing more messenger style bags. Think of it as a callback to the late 2000s, early 2010s, kind of like the ones you'd see in Juno. I think this time is really making a comeback in style, with our current generation beginning to feel more nostalgia for what they considered their childhood. Personally, my sister graduated from high school in 2010, so this style really reminds me of her and it makes me want to replicate it myself. I also think these canvas messenger bags are perfect to adorn with novelty and band pins. I don't think at least crocheted bags are going to be leaving anytime soon, and I really hope that they don't, but I do think they'll become more elevated with new wave and psychedelic patterns. With all that said, I'm kind of excited for this trend because I personally am pretty tired of the tiny handbag trend. I think that bags can be both cute and utilitarian. Airbrushed tees and faux airbrush tees. When I was little, I grew up hanging around at the flea market. We would go every single weekend, and I explicitly remember the booths that you would go to and get your name airbrushed on them. And you can get them personalized with like a dolphin or anything cool that you wanted. I predict that we're going to see more of this year. It's kind of nostalgia bait for sure, but I am a sucker for nostalgia bait, and the amount of times I've almost ordered this exact Univ shirt is kind of ridiculous. It's currently sitting in my cart in shopping cart purgatory. I really love the childlike glee that these shirts install in me. It's giving PBS Kids, and I'm completely here for it, and especially since people are so obsessed with repairing their inner child, who needs therapy when you have a very cool airbrush t-shirt with your name on it. And you can see here, in the 90s it was really popular, even with supermodels. It's kind of kitschy, it's kind of, ironic, and I think it's cute. The Ballerina Off Duty. So this is a new thing that has really started making the waves only for a couple months now, at least since I've heard of it. The first time I heard of it was in actually Moderngurlz' 2022 trend prediction video. I've seen it a lot on TikTok and Twitter and social media. The name comes from the model off-duty look, and that was an aesthetic that was popular in the 90s, with the rise of supermodels like Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss. This look was both effortless and chic, and it was mostly characterized by sleek basics, jeans, and leather. This is a trend that's also come back into popularity within the last few years, especially with the existence of the Hadids and Kendall Jenner. But now we're seeing an evolved form of the model off-duty look, the ballerina off-duty. I want to credit this comment specifically because if I hadn't seen this trend would have completely gone past my head. They state, "My prediction is that the off-duty ballerina look will be super trendy. You touch on several elements, hair bows, ballet flats, puffers, tights, but I think wrap tops and skirts, leg warmers in pink, cream, and gray will be other trends." And I really couldn't agree any more with this. With the rise of subversive ballet pumps, think Simone Rocha, leg warmers, and even that girl aesthetic, I can totally see this becoming a new thing. Do I think it's going to be as impactful as the model off-duty aesthetic? No, but I do think it's going to make its waves in its own little circles. Especially with somewhat preppier aesthetics coming back and the obsession with old money. Maybe you can credit that to Gossip Girl, I don't know. But hopefully this time around, it's going to come back without the harmful restrictive behaviors that can sometimes come with glamorizing a ballerina lifestyle. Experimental funky cyberwear. So this wasn't in my original script, but I think the perfect example of this trend we can see right now in the GQ magazine photo shoot of Robert Pattinson. This photo shoot is exactly what I'm going to be talking about. So we're calling it back again to the early 2000s with future, funky, cyber, sometimes athletic looking wear. This sort of piggybacks off the resurgence of leg warmers and headphones. And this is also my favorite version of Y2K. The only place I've really seen this aesthetic really pop off would be on Pinterest. If you look up like Japanese street fashion in the late 90s, early 2000s, you'll see a lot of pictures from Fruits magazines. But I would really, really, really love to see that colorful liveliness here in the States. I'm almost certain they're already doing this in New York City, but I want people everywhere to just kind of, let loose a little bit and dress not only to look conventionally attractive, but to have fun too. I think fashion's the perfect medium to express yourself, and I want to see everyone have more fun and experiment with this look in 2022 because you can really have it as toned down or as loud as you want. Some defining traits of this trend are bubbly, puffy, rounder shoes, big goggles or glasses, leg warmers, gloves, knitted hats, huge headphones or earmuffs, hysteric glamour. Essentially, at the end of the day, I just want to see more fun in fashion in 2022. Too long have we been restrictive of what we wear, whether it's due to our body image or other societal impacts. Thank you for tuning in for this short episode. I'm hoping to do more fashion trend analysis videos in the future, but we'll see. I really enjoyed doing research for this video and finding images and just, I guess, talking about the trends that I've been seeing a lot on social media and that have been on my radar. I just want to bring more light and attention to these really cool, kind of niche trends I've been seeing online. And I guess bring awareness to others that these exist and they're pretty cool. And I think that's it. Okay, bye.